Good evening, and welcome to DobbsQuest Season 1, Episode 16. I am your host, Dobbs. Joining me tonight are three brave adventurers. Playing the part of the sneaky thief, we have the sneaky thief Glane. We have GameCube. The brave warrior Torgan, played by Lurking Turtle Gamer.
Why did the turtle cross the road? I really want to know. I'm mourning.
And the bardic elf Serene, played by Daysnick.
Hello.
That's all it takes. Just a nice, simple hello. Hello.
I said.
Yeah, that's a good point. You did. Just a nice little hello. This is me. This is my voice. So now you know who's. This is all right. Anyway,
I gotta have a bit each week.
and I'm the third one. That's true. You do have a bit each week. For anyone who doesn't know, we're playing Ironsworn, which is a tabletop role-playing game similar to others such as Dungeons and Dragons, Pathfinder, others, in which the players will make decisions which will affect the game world, and then we roll dice to see what happens as a result. Sometimes it's good things, sometimes it's bad things. The game screen,
Often bad things.
keeping track of the players' stats over on the top left, their current tracks in the center top, ranging on a scale of 0 to 5, momentum going up to 10. And at the bottom left, their current progress on various quests and adventures that they will undertake. Speaking of, we are starting a new chapter of the journey. So the heroes have spent a long time traveling to the Deepwood, a land to the far north, the last known location of any elves in the Ironlands. And Serene, being the elf herself, very interested in finding the elves there to complete her vow, found that it was a bit of a dead end, but a little bit of information gained of where other elves may be. And so she did not find her ancestors of sort, her tribe, but she did at least get a clue as to where that may be. Also, our heroes have learned that the elves around this region have tasked themselves with sort of preventing the catastrophic dam-bursting cataclysm that would take place were magic to wash into the world violently and suddenly. As of now, it is kept to a slow trickle by the elves themselves around a sort of, I think we called it a mana spring. And so they've learned that there's various other mana springs out there that the elves have sort of claimed as their own to guard, protect, and to sort of stop her. Not completely, but enough to stop the surrounding landscapes from being utterly wiped out by the influx of magic. And so now we join our heroes back as they are... Let's see, we were getting ready to leave the Deepwood. Going towards the Shroud. Another place of high magical intensity, location of a mana spring. Off to the far southeast. Very much backtracking their entire travels, and then going beyond. So before we go any further, is there anything you guys need to take care of before we leave?
We're still in the elf town, right?
Yes. Still in the Deepwood. Serene
I would
has
like to
just
see-
been gifted a mask by Atani as sort of a commemoration and a bond they share now.
Serene needs a healing.
Yes, there are still some. So, Serene did sustain some injuries in the fight against the Banshee, which had stolen the voices of the Elven tribe. It was a horrific fight, but our heroes escaped with their lives.
I would like to see if I can get a new cloak to replace the one I have now from the town.
A cloak, you say? I think
I
that's
got the
entirely
previous one to blend into the shadows. I
right.
don't do that anymore.
That's a good point. I mean, you still can, just not supernaturally so.
Right, but I think it's time for a change of appearance.
I think it's very likely that you should be able to find something to suit you. The elves, typically around this region, tend towards deep forest colors. That they still are a bit darker in hue, but less of the night black and more the greens and browns.
Could I find one that's green on one side and brown on the other, so that I have the choice?
Ah.
Like a brown lining.
Okay. Let's see, a bit specific. Let's say that's fairly likely. We're gonna go with 26 or above. Yes, that is yes. There are weavers, tailors among the elves here, and they may not have that specific combination readily available, but they're able to very quickly whip something up that fits the bill.
I put it on with the green on the outside.
All right.
Put my hood up.
A new green cloak. Oh, and there is one other piece of information here. So word spreads among the elves that you are intending to head to the Shroud. And based on some of the other information that has kind of been circulating, the rumors around you, you three, one other piece of information makes its way back to you that may be of interest. It is rumored that the Shroud is one of the locations that not only elves, but also centaurs could be living.
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
The modern-day cursed centaurs. But centaurs nonetheless.
Horse.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
All right. So the Shroud is actually across. It is a part of a collection of islands east of the city where you initially left into the Ironlands, Session 1. So you will be traveling all the way back. And then presumably finding a boat. But it is a long way away. However, you know the way, at least for the most part. Things will look a little bit different this direction, but the paths you've traveled, the roads you've taken over the past perhaps month or so, perhaps many months, you should be able to retrace your steps for the most part. So finding your way at least that far will not be a problem.
So the name of the place where we started, that was Bastion?
Yes, it wasn't official. We didn't actually name it during session 1, but Bastion is a collection of cities that form this large singular unit. Sort of on a sort of bit of raised land off of the Ironlands that kind of provides it natural defense against the dangers and beasts that roam the Ironlands. And so it has kind of become this thriving beacon of civilization in this area.
So if I live in the suburbs of the Bastion, would that mean I live in Sub-Bastion?
Is there anything else to do in the Deep Wood before?
I would like to kill Torgan.
Wouldn't we all?
Oh.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
I worked so hard earlier, too, because when you said Taylor, I didn't say Taylor. And when you said stopper, I didn't say stopper. I'm keeping track of all the jokes I didn't make now.
So we owe you, is what you're saying.
That's yes.
We'd like to leave the town.
All right. I'm going to modify our journey tracker slightly from a formidable journey to the Shroud into a dangerous journey to the Bastion. Mostly because this is going to make a nice, neat set of waypoints along the way in the form of the different settlements you've already passed through on the way here. And then we can start another journey at that point, getting all the way to the Shroud.
This is like a mid-season recap.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah,
All
kinda.
right.
I'm excited to get back to Red Cairn.
Yes.
They kind of assumed we were gonna be dead. They're gonna be amused when we show up again.
So
I
they
want to
will.
talk to my brother.
Actually, you won't. That was not on the way.
Oh, no.
I laid out the different cities on a sort of placeholder map in the Discord lobby. Mornbridge is sort of your homeland, which was not originally on the path you guys took before that whole business with the Veil.
It's for the best. He's grumpy.
Yeah, what a jerk. All right, so
You know,
are we ready to undertake a journey?
I suppose so.
Yep.
All right.
Serene's looking at her map, and she's wondering if they could get a boat in Red Cairn and make it to Bastion on the seaside.
The waterways that you passed near Redcarn, there are several dangerous outcroppings of rocks in the area. Small-scale fishing is possible in the area, but larger ships and passenger ships do not risk the journey.
Convenient.
Yes. Remember, the map is merely placeholder to lay out the locations of things you've seen. Not accurate for the case of planning. Besides, canonically, the Ironlands cannot be mapped. That has been said before.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those restaurant maps, so it only really shows you where those locations are. Doesn't really
Exactly.
get you around anywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Can't
And on
navigate
the
with
back,
that.
there's a connect the dots of a horse
And a word search.
and a word search.
Okay, so am I rolling 3?
Let's see here. Yes, you will be making a wits roll. Iron roll 3.
Whoever can roll the 3, do your thing.
Hey, a
Hey,
strong
Hey,
match.
and a match.
And a
Whoop,
match.
whoop.
So we got to change up
Good
something a
start.
little bit here. So first off, you make good use of your resources. So a step of progress along the way towards your journey. And also, it does not deduct any supply because it was a strong hit. Well, unless you want to. That doesn't really make as much sense here. Supply is a little bit... That's not bad, but there's a lot of things that are really rough right now, track-wise. Probably be best not to spend too much. So, you've made it back to Redcairn. This is the last settlement you left before entering the Deepwood. The Ironlanders here are familiar with the Deepwood and familiar with the fact that elves may be beyond those woods, but they did not dare travel in for fear of the dangers within. Tales tell of massive beasts and terrible horrors. So typically people do not travel any farther north than here. So to see someone coming from there and recognize this is perhaps a week later from when you initially left, at least, possibly a few extra days. But it is a surprising development to see anyone here coming back from the Deepwood, and so naturally there is a lot of interest in sort of like, oh, tell us your tales. We're interested.
For a free room.
Of course.
I'm definitely willing to perform.
Yeah, Serene always quick with her loot to manage the room and board for the night. There were at least a couple nights of actually camping out in the woods as you traveled, as it is a long journey. So being actually able to get back into a settlement and rest is quite nice. Let's see, what could change here? We got a match. Let's see. Quick with the loot. Glane is quick to loot. Yes, exactly. And welcome, Mushu. We're gonna roll a prompt and just see if I get anything useful here. Strength and Vengeance. Ugh. Vengeance, huh? Any ideas? We're looking just to kind of change the situation slightly. Glane, do you at all... You have your daggers made from the wyvern fangs. Are you kind of keeping
Yes.
that on the down low for the most part?
Yeah, this is where I almost got them made.
Yes.
So I'm keeping those sheathed.
All right, that's
Isn't this
fair.
the town? Isn't this the town where your old cohorts reside?
I believe I met... Was this the town that I met somebody in?
Let's see here. Where would that have been? That may have actually been Whitestead.
Yeah, that was the town
Oh.
before.
Okay.
Which that is a contact that is you're on good terms with. Which is that's good at least.
Yeah, I'm keeping that sheath, and I'm keeping my green.
Okay, we're gonna keep
just
on the down low. We want to stay low.
I'm just kind of hanging back and listening to the song that Serene is singing, which I'm putting in chat right now.
Excellent. Should I go fetch my mandolin? All right. Okay, so it sounds like we're trying not to rock the boat, and so if you want to just keep pressing on your journey, more than welcome to do so.
I would like that.
All right, then we just need another.
Let's take the rest of the group.
Yeah, if everyone else is good.
Since there was a match, maybe there's a healer in town that Serene can see.
That would make sense. Someone in town that perhaps Serene. So Serene is typically good with healing. We know that. It's a bit of a specialty of hers.
Yeah, it's just I can't do it to myself.
That is the trick.
And I can't do it.
Yeah, you're not great at it. So the heal move, if you are mending your own wounds, you have to roll either wits or iron, whichever is lower. And of course, Serene is terrible with her iron roll. She's only got a 1 in that versus a 3 in wits. Now, that said, you do have the herbalist ability. Love that, Rover. Which does let you take a +2 on your roll as long as you have some supply. So that would get it back up to a 3. An iron roll 3.
Is this going to come against our supplies, or maybe somebody's willing to spare some band-aids?
It'll just be a straight up 3. No suffering supply or anything else.
Okay.
A local apothecary of some sort has the items you need, and so you're able to make a quick deal and get some of the items you need. So that'll get you an iron roll 3 on a heal check, which is a weak hit.
Healing is like tickling. You can't do it to yourself.
That's right. Okay. So you want to suffer the momentum?
I'll pay the momentum.
I figured. So you spend some time haggling and dealing with the local apothecary. There's a bit of an argument over ultimately the person actually running this place is mostly just trying to really show their knowledge when you kind of introduce yourself as a healer of sorts, and it just kind of devolves from there. It gets rough, but eventually you do kind of get the items you need at the cost of a little bit of momentum, but with those items taken care of, you spend a little bit of time during the evening concocting the right mixtures to apply to your wounds and get everything taken care of. And you're feeling much better for it at by the next morning.
Do we have any options, any abilities that would raise our spirit?
Well,
I think one of my story weaver things can affect that.
So let's see here. Make camp allows you the option to relax.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We haven't made camp in a while.
No. It's been a bit. Yeah, for the most part, we just kind of keep on moving. We don't bother with the roll. Yeah, for the most part, you guys have been just dealing with things like health and stuff when you actually get to settlements, but you can do it while you make camp. So let's see. Let me double check the moves. Let's see here. You can get spirit from making camp, sojourn, And then there's a few other items that where you lose spirit. So yeah, that's the big thing. That's the big thing is camping and sojourning, and then some of your assets kind of help with that.
Camping always raises my spirit too.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Oh, and then camping in forever.
Take +1 spirit. Yes. Serene has a special ability, Story Weaver, that if you guys are making camp, Serene can exercise her ability so that if you are using your make camp success to improve your spirit, you actually get additional spirit or momentum.
We're gonna want to do that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
You've been a bit shaken by the encounter with the Banshee. It was a horrible encounter where the three of you were faced with the collective stolen voices of almost everyone in the elven village of the Deep Woods, all crying out in horrible agony and terrible misery. So it was rough. It was a little rough.
Followed by the disappointment of what they said when they were talking.
Yes. So everyone's spirit got hurt pretty bad after that fight. So you've kind of been a little bit shaken by the experience, a little bit disheartened, maybe being kept up a bit at night over it. But it's not terribly affecting your rolls right now or anything. Once you get to 0, then we have a problem. But yes, that is something you can do. The make camp maneuver.
We'll probably do that once on our way to the next place.
Yeah.
For sure. Keep that in mind.
Yeah. Sojourn is also an option. That is when you spend time in a community and you're seeking assistance. So technically, you could do that in any of the settlements you're stopping in, if it feels like that's the right time for it.
Well, the only one I feel like we'd have a chance at having good luck with that right now was like we are now legends of Redcairn, that the adventurers who went into the Deepwood and came back alive. Like, gasp.
True. However, the mechanical advantage doesn't happen unless you have forged a bond with them, which really doesn't happen unless you're with them doing something, like undertaking a quest for them. Not just strutting your stuff saying, look at this thing we just did. It doesn't really help them.
Absolute legends.
Aren't we something?
Yeah.
All right. Shall we press on?
Yep.
All right. Another roll of wits to proceed on the next leg of the journey. Traveling south from Redcairn to Whitestead along the... Oops. Missed a space. Along the alternate road. One of them being taken out during a landslide, which you may remember forced you to travel a different path that was guarded by a terrible flying lizard that was not quite a dragon, but may as well have been.
The dragon asterisk.
That's the one.
Does it mean we're gonna get to stop and see our druid buddy?
There was a guy. Oh, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna only make it that far.
Oh, he's dead.
Wow.
Ooh. Okay, hang on.
I only have enough momentum to make it a weak hit.
I don't think he's dead, but he's getting beaten up. About to be all three of these guys. I've got something in mind. Let me roll a prompt just to see if anything better. Initiate. Okay, that's a weird one, but
I think I missed something. How did she lose 1 momentum without losing all of it but 2?
she got a -1 momentum from a rough heal check. Yeah, she got a weak hit on heal.
I thought she spent it to do something, and spending it usually kills
No, she didn't spend any. A lot of moves will require you to lose 1 momentum or something as a penalty for not getting a strong hit.
it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think. All right. Okay. So here's what happens. You guys are making your way through the woods. This is the area where the powerful wyvern once loomed over, stopping any travelers in the area. So the 3 of you have been traveling through the area. You remember seeing that sort of that man who lived out here. That was he had trained animals, a sort of his own pack of wolves, essentially. But you kind of looked around his area. You kind of knew the spot, but he's nowhere to be seen. So pressing on, you think perhaps you'll find him later on. It's getting a bit late though, and you haven't even heard the sounds of his animals, which kept you up all night howling the last time you were here. So, sort of, kind of cautiously making your way through the forest, and you've gotten a little bit turned around. Not exactly sure which way back it was towards the trail. The last time you were here, it was a little bit brighter in the day, so it's a little disorienting. I think we might need a roll. First off, who's going to take center stage on something? Any volunteers?
I'll step up. I've got teeth that are very well known in this area.
All right, Glane is sort of leading the way for this leg of the journey. Glane, roll iron roll 2 for me. Okay. All right.
I don't like that.
Oh, he's enjoying himself.
That's bad for us.
All right. So.
I never trust it when he's just like, "Hey, roll this." I'm not going to tell you why.
I'm not going to tell you what. All right.
Just roll this.
Yeah.
Can I have a volunteer from the audience?
Yes. All right.
Is this your wallet?
What's your momentum at? Would you like to? I'm going to give you a choice. Would you like to take 2 momentum or initiative?
I will take initiative.
All right.
Like playing Let's Make a Deal.
It is, isn't it?
Anybody
All right.
have a Bobby pin? Because Bobby's fine.
Oh.
All right. Glane, you are sort of a little bit ahead of the rest of the team. And unbeknownst to you, something up above is keeping close eye on your position. You're sort of walking cautiously through the forest. Some dried leaves on the ground crunching beneath your feet as you keep an eye out for anything suspicious. Kind of brushing aside a bit of spider web as you kind of get through a little bit of an overgrown limb that's kind of sticking down in the way of the path. You start to notice just a slight skittering sound of some sort. And in just the nick of time, acting on instinct alone more than anything else, you roll out of the way as a massive beast of a spider swoops down on your position. The creature is larger than a dog, almost the size of a wolf. This is a harrow spider, a menace in woodlands throughout the Ironlands, moving with impressive grace despite its uncanny size. But you have rolled out of the way just in time as it was leaping down, fangs bared, ready to attack. You have initiative. Serene and Torgan are still some distance away, but they see the commotion ahead and are rushing to help. But for the time, it's just you and the spider. What do you do? It is not unaware, by the way, if you're thinking of using cutthroat.
Yeah, it's got 8 eyes. And it jumped at me. So it definitely knows I'm here. I don't think my strategy that I had in my head for whatever this was going to be is going to work on a spider. Because it doesn't really, it's a bug. It doesn't have that kind of a mind.
Yes.
So I can't impress it with my wyvern teeth because it probably doesn't understand what that even is.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
Okay.
You have entered the fray. The face danger was a red herring there. That was an enter the fray move.
Yeah.
So you have taken your initiative with a weak hit, and combat has begun.
Other than myself and the spider, is there anything in the environment that I immediately make note of that I might be able to take into consideration?
Like with a secure and advantage roll, perhaps?
Yeah.
Absolutely. What is it? Absolutely, there is something you can take advantage of in the environment.
Oh, but you're not going to say you're not.
No,
gonna
you're gonna tell me
arena.
what it is. Yeah, you're gonna explain the arena.
Oh, God. Okay.
What's this display of axes? Sorry.
So the trees in this area have many tiers of branches. Some of which you can actually scramble onto with a quick little hop.
Right.
So I'm gonna at least take myself off the ground.
Okay.
Out of its immediate vicinity, and then once I get perched on a low branch, try to aim for the center of whatever collection of eyes it has with my crossbow.
I like it. All right, so you're gonna kind of get into a better position. Let's see here. This is going to be that's going to be an edge roll. So give me an iron roll 2.
We're gonna miss.
Ooh, no luck there. Okay, well. So what we're gonna have to do is figure out what exactly happened there. All right, you did not secure an advantage. That's the big thing. You fail, or your assumptions betray you, and you need to pay the price. All right, so you're trying
Branch
to.
wasn't strong enough to support his weight.
You see some high ground you can get to. No, you do get up there. You get up there, no problem. The problem is you find that this spider is kind of quite comfortable with the trees. And so,
because it's a spider, you see.
Yeah, you've got position. You've got an excellent bearing on it. However, it's coming up towards you. It's advancing on your position. So you're gonna have to act.
So I went up to a branch, and it's just coming up the branches.
Yeah, it's basically able to scale the tree. It's keeping pace with you, and you were rushing to get up there. You rolled out of the initial attack, and while it was turned around, realizing it did not land its pounce, you scurried up into the nearest tree. It saw you, and it's coming right at you. It's coming straight up.
All right, and my bolt just went to wherever it was. It just hit the ground.
You haven't attacked yet. You haven't attacked yet.
Okay, so maybe I readied my crossbow and saw that it's coming.
Yeah, you were hoping to have a nice position where you could kind of take some shots at it without it being able to get to you, but it's already on its way up.
Wait,
Okay.
he has not attacked yet?
Correct.
Is this a point where I could arrive and use my loyalist ability?
To aid your ally? I don't think yet. I think he needs to make at least one strike here.
Because
Okay.
I still have the initiative. It's still like my go,
Okay.
right?
I mean, it is yours, but initiative is not only one person's to have.
Okay. All right.
It's more
so seeing
of
it's
are you advancing or being advanced upon, and it's about to be. You're about to lose initiative if this doesn't go well.
all right. I've gotten a crazy idea.
Oh no.
I don't
love
think
that.
we've done before.
Oh boy.
So I noticed that it is coming. It's just
Mhm.
scrambling. It's grabbing onto the branch and it's following me.
Yep.
So I have my hand on the handle of my crossbow, and I'm like, never mind. And I let go. And due to the multi-tiered nature of these branches, I'm going to go ahead and scramble up 1 or 2 more levels,
Mm-hmm.
allow the spider to try to follow me, and then I'm just going to drop right onto it,
Oh,
trying
boy.
to use it to pad.
Whoa.
I'm going to basically land on its face, and
You're
Iron
just
Man
trying to
land on
take
the
it down
floor
to the
on
ground
top of it.
and get it
You're
off balance.
Grappling a spider.
I'm just going to squash it and try not to get my hands near the point.
You are grappling a spider.
I mean, I'm not going to be able to stab this thing. It's very. You got to be crazy to get ahead of its speed and reflexes. So,
Perfect.
here we go.
All right. Well, in
want
that case, this
crazy?
is going
We
to
found
be
crazy.
an iron roll. Getting in close quarters with this thing. So that is a iron roll 1 from Glane.
Could go wrong.
Well, okay. I mean, it's not a total loss here. All right, Glane kind of gets some gravity on his side, builds up some potential energy, lines up a nice viewpoint between the limbs, and just drops, putting as much of his weight down. Are you going feet first, trying to minimize the area of impact here?
I'm Goomba-ing this thing.
All right, you are going to totally Goomba stomp this guy. So Glane boots down, just drops from the branches, trying to get as much heft into the collision as possible. The spider is not prepared for this kind of maneuver, and sees Glane coming and tries to reach out, but very poorly calculates the rate at which he's falling. So Glane lands on the spider feet first. The collision knocks the both of you down from the trees. The spider lands down on the ground, kind of tumbling back, but very quickly and with a sort of unnerving amount of speed, scuttles back to its feet as Glane is still just rolling across the ground, trying to get his own bearings. So the spider has been injured by the attack, but is immediately on the offensive against Glane. At this time, Serene and Torgan rush into this area, seeing this massive creature.
Well, I don't rush too close. I'm a ranged fighter.
That's true. That's true. But see this creature that is perhaps just about eye level with you. seeing it eye to eye to eye to eye to eye to eye as you get close to it. So, what do you do, and who's gonna go first between Torgan and Serene?
I'm gonna put an arrow in it.
All right, Serene, you will need to enter the fray.
I'm gonna put my mask on while I am getting ready to enter the fray.
I like that. Serene dons the mask, Atani's mask.
1, slight armor. 2, attack bonus.
Yes. So this is a mask made of thunderwood, which imbues its elven bearer with enhanced agility and speed. And so for any edge rolls while wearing this mask, you will gain a +1. But here's a big thing. If you roll a 1 on your action die, doesn't matter what the plus is. If the D6 rolls a 1, you suffer health. So we have to keep that in mind. All right, so Serene, entering the fray, you are... Let's see... You
So
are
what's the
facing
+1
off against
from
your
the
foe.
mask?
This is gonna be a heart roll to enter the fray, just to determine if you get to be on the offensive here.
Probably not.
Typically not, but we'll do what we can. So iron roll 1 to start with. Hey, that's not
Ooh.
bad.
Better than I expected.
It's a good solid 5 + 1 there. All right, so weak hit. You may either take 2 momentum or the initiative.
We'll take initiative for now.
Sounds good. All right. I guess you're gonna be launching an arrow into this thing.
Yeah, there's no sense in using poison on a venomous animal, so just normal arrow.
All right. So this is going to be an edge roll, which means you're actually going to be getting an iron roll 4.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And you have the option of you've got your archer talent, which has 2 different abilities you can actually use in this instance. You could secure an advantage by taking a moment to line up your shot, which is an edge roll that can score you some bonus momentum, or you can do your multi-shot, suffering 1 supply that allows you to re-roll for your strike. But that's only once per fight.
I'd like some momentum, please.
All right, so you're going to go for the secure an advantage. So this is a special secure your advantage roll that is going to be an edge roll, which you get the normal benefits, but also you get a +1 momentum if you get a strong or weak hit, in addition to the regular advantages.
Sweet. And I'm rolling a 4 because I have an edge bonus from the mask.
Exactly. Oh, by one point, a strong hit. So, you immediately, because it is your archer talent, you're getting 1 momentum for taking a moment to aim.
Yay.
And now you get the normal secure an advantage bonus of either taking 2 more momentum or adding +1 to your strike for an iron roll 5. Tough decision.
4's pretty good. I'm gonna go ahead and take the momentum,
Okay.
because
That
odds
puts
are
you
I'm
at
gonna
9.
need. Yep.
All right, so now you're going to be doing a strike with an iron roll 4. Oh, a strong hit. Oh, I forgot. This was actually 2 here. That means you're actually inflicting 3 harm on this thing, which maxes it out. We jump from 4 progress to 10. And you still have the initiative. You're able to end the
End the
fight
fight.
right now.
The arrow was just particularly well placed,
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
perhaps.
It depends on what happens here. So, man, Torgan didn't he? I mean, he doesn't like to be in the limelight, so
And I wasn't either.
yes. All right.
Organ has to deal with the eggs that spill out.
Oh gosh. I mean, there's always a weak hit possibility. All right, so
No,
we're
there's
gonna
not.
be.
I got a 9.
No, I mean,
Well,
yeah, we got to roll the progress,
Double-
which is
Double pins
a.
could be coming right around the corner.
We have to roll in the fight. This is going to be an automatic 10 against 2 10-sided dice. If either of those come up as 10, it's a weak hit. If both of them come up 10, you actually lost somehow. Which that's a 1% chance of happening. Very rare.
Look at that. What?
Weak hit is 18% chance, which is kind of high and scary. All right, so let's see what happens here. Strong hit. We're okay. We're okay. So,
I loot the spider. I will resupply on the spider with my veteran ability.
all right.
course you do.
So, Glane pile driving the spider out of the tree, but rolling down and ending up on the ground. The spider begins rushing towards Glane with uncanny speed. Serene arriving, mask donned, pulls out her bow, takes just a moment to line up the shot, and then releases the arrow, which soars through, piercing the spider straight through its head.
In the face.
The creature immediately curls up and writhes as Glane pushes backwards across the ground, trying to put some distance between himself and the flailing harrow spider. And with that, it is slain.
Hey guys, what I miss?
go pick up Glane. He hit the ground kind of hard.
Slain cute. Oh. All right. So, getting out of here?
Yeah, we're gonna continue on our way.
All right.
Go find a safe spot, maybe more back towards the Plainslands to
Yes.
set up a
yeah.
camp.
Could I loot the spider?
What are you hoping
Spider
to
have.
find?
Maybe, I don't know. Whatever.
I can get my arrow back, maybe.
Yes,
The spider was
absolutely.
carrying
I
a
just know
wallet.
that I get a bonus whenever I loot the dead on the field of battle. I get momentum on a hit. So if there's something to get from the spider,
I took that spider's driver's license.
Well, actually, there are a couple of different, uses and poison making for spider hair and spider venom. So if he
Yes.
thinks he can get some of those fangs off without murdering himself,
yeah,
Are
I
you gonna,
grab
are
one
you
of
gonna
the.
milk the dead spider? Is that what's about
I
to
grabbed
happen
one
here?
of the branches that broke when we came down, and I used it like a crowbar to pry this puppy open.
Oh,
And I try to find some intact fangs or a venom sac for Serene.
Oh, it's full of spider goop.
Ugh.
Spider messed with the wrong guy.
All right, this is a peculiar one. This is a peculiar one. Let's see. Does resupply even count? Ugh.
can
Glane
steal
has a
some
bit of an
webbing.
obsession here. All right, so at best you're looking at +1 supply for this. So sure, roll wits. Iron roll 2. Wait, but you've got your asset. So, iron roll 3. Oh no.
Oh dear.
All right, pay the price. Well, I think it's pretty obvious. You're trying to extract poison from a. You're trying to extract the venom from a massive wolf-sized spider. I mean, what do you think is going to happen here?
I had all these bonuses. It was a sure thing.
Yeah, sure thing.
Yeah.
So Glane is attempting to hold on, guys. As always, Glane is wanting to take something from a fallen foe, and is kind of trying to figure out how it is one extracts venom from a beast like this. And while trying to sort of figure out exactly what to do here, gets a bit of gets a little bit of a slight cut, a slight nick on his hands as he's working from the fang. And there's a moment of Glane is going to need to endure harm, I think.
Just take the health hit. I'll fix it.
So let's see here. Harrow Spider is listed as dangerous, which is 2 harm. So first, let's start with iron roll 3. Okay, you may either take 1 momentum or lose 1 momentum in exchange for 1 health.
We've got a healer on the team. I'll take the momentum.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, that puts some momentum here on us as we figure out we need to get. First, let's get out of here. The gravity of the situation becomes a little bit more apparent once this happens to Glane, and he kind of starts to feel a bit chilled in the night air. Glane, you're not feeling too
rolls
great.
her eyes and grabs him by the arm and is like, come on, let's get out of here and find somewhere safe so I can fix you.
Yay.
Exasperated mom voice.
Maybe don't loot everything inside next time, huh?
Serene doesn't necessarily scold him for trying, because the poison would have been useful.
Yeah, very, very.
Bet if I was looting him for hay, you'd love it.
True.
All right. So a heal roll from Serene. Oh, and I'm assuming you have undonned your mask at this point. Or not.
Maybe. Probably not.
Okay. Need some kind of
Protector from the poison infection.
yeah. Let's see here.
There's no promise so there won't be additional ambushes. She hasn't mentioned it, but she's not unfamiliar with the fact that spiders typically are not solitary creatures. In a forest where there is one, there will be many.
Let's see. How am I going to represent the bonus here for... Wait, why is it... Oh, yeah. Oh, whoops. I might have given you an iron roll 4 in one case. You actually have a natural edge of 2, not 3. Whoops. Oh, well. All right. Temporarily 3, though.
It was a good day.
Yeah. As long as that 3 is highlighted, your mask is on.
Okay.
We have to remember to specifically remove that if an announcement is made of mask off. Okay, so Serene is going to try to heal Ghislaine, who has been poisoned by a dead spider.
This reminds me of the story of a kid on the playground that was playing with a dead bee, and you can just imagine how that ended.
Let's see. There is a bonus for healing against poison if you have Poison Expert 3, but it looks like you only have Poison Expert 1. Herbalist will still apply.
Yeah, my herbalist abilities will be useful.
Yes. Are you going to... let's see. Well, I guess you're going to take the add +2. All right, so
that should give me a +5.
Yes.
Because of the wits.
That one's wits. All right, let's see if we can save Ghislaine.
From himself.
From himself.
There's been a lot of that recently.
Yeah. Okay, thank goodness. All right. So, a strong hit. Your care is helpful. 2 health. Back to Ghislaine. Okay, so Ghislaine is treated. He's going to be okay. And asset Herbalist 2, when you heal an ally and score a hit, you can take +1 spirit or +1 momentum, Serene.
Spirit, please.
Good call. So Glaine's thankfulness, and his big fat slice of humble pie, having realized that maybe it's not a good idea to mess around with the giant poison creature's fangs, has raised your spirit. Serene quickly gets to work with the different items she keeps on hand. Various vials are brought out from pockets, and Ghislaine is laid on the ground to undergo some quick treatment.
She temporarily borrows one of his fancy wyvern daggers to bleed him a little bit to get the venom out of his hand.
Yes. But at the
My
end of
dagger
it,
finally tasted blood.
oh, it had to be yours first. But at the end of it, Ghislaine is okay. Is this a spot to make camp?
Yeah, he's gonna take some time to recover.
So I essentially pulled 1 spirit for Serene out of that spider.
Yes.
Because had I not done that.
All right.
And one momentum for yourself.
It was on purpose, you see.
I need someone to do an iron roll 4.
I did the last mystery one. I'm not doing this one.
I haven't
This
rolled
is the
this
make
whole...
camp one.
Let
so,
Torgan
yeah, Turtle,
let
you got
Torgan
this
do
one.
it. While Serene is working on healing Glaine's mistakes. Torgan works
nice.
on clearing space for a campsite, preparing a fire, and preparing some of the food you have available. Okay, strong hit. So you and your allies may each choose 2 of the below, and on a weak hit you only get to choose 1, so you're good there. So what that means is you could take, let's see. Oh, and here's a big one. Serene has the asset Storyweaver 2. When you make camp, and you choose the relax option for 1 spirit, you may take an additional 1 spirit or 1 momentum. And that goes for everyone. So this one right here counts as either +2 momentum or plus a momentum and plus a spirit. So it's an upgraded option right now.
I need the spirit.
All right. So Serene is going to use one of her make camp options for a spirit bonus. And what would you like for your bonus on that? because of your story weaving. You can either have spirit or momentum.
I'm already at 9. Let's do spirit.
All right, and you have one more option to choose from. It can be health.
Let me get that +1 for tomorrow's roll.
Okay, +1 on the undertake. Oh, and I am pretty sure on this you cannot take the same thing twice, because otherwise, why would partake even exist? Because recuperate is already just take +1 health. Partake is suffer 1 supply and take +1 health. The only reason that would really exist would be, mechanically, the only reason that would exist is if you can't take the same one twice on a strong hit. All right, so, Glane, which 2 options would you like?
I will take the momentum.
Uh-huh.
And I make a series of tiny sandwiches and give one to Serene, filling her health to 5.
I don't
Making
think
her
that...
for the healing.
Okay, you know what? Actually,
It's under
that can
recuperate.
work. That can work. Well, that's not for... She doesn't count as a companion. She's actually an ally in the game rules, but I'll apply your second one for a +1 for tomorrow's roll. And let Serene take the health for her second option.
Okay, that works.
All right, Torgan?
Spirit and momentum, probably.
I was going to say that's pretty much. I need both of these things. So yes.
Okay, because you took Spirit and Serene is a Story Weaver, you can either take 1 additional bonus Spirit or Momentum.
Give me the momentum.
You are pretty low on Momentum. Got to build that back up. Okay, so as part of the asset for Story Weaver, Serene, envision the story you tell. What is it that you are lifting everyone's spirits with?
I'm writing a poem about our most recent little exploit, Glane's little adventure.
Very recent.
But in the poem, I leave out the part where he stabbed himself with Spider Fang.
That's a good idea.
I kind of embellish that part a little bit, and in this version of the story, we got venom from the spider to make 50 poison arrows, and it's this very great mystical thing, and it's a very little. It's a relatively short poem, but it's it's rhyming couplets. It's very nice. It has that ballad feel to it.
Does the poem go, Spider-Man? Spider-Man.
That's it. That's the one.
Yeah, maybe.
The truth didn't rhyme, so she just went with this.
What rhymes with poison self like dumbass? Oh, sorry.
All right. And so a peaceful night, and with the preparations that Glane undertook last night, you are at a slight advantage for this leg of the journey now. Now with a iron roll 4 for this leg.
While we're on the road and traveling, she's going to keep the mask on, but as we approach a settlement, or if we approach people, she will go ahead and slip that off.
Okay.
She's going to keep the whole being an elf thing in her pocket for now.
Sensible. Weak hit. So that is -1 supply, which we can count that as some of the supplies having to be expended during the debacle with the spider. But the important thing is progress is made. One step closer back to the bastion. So, this puts you firmly back at Whitestead. This is the settlement that was, you attempted to do a sojourn here the first time, but it failed, and we eventually reasoned out that the reason it failed was because the only trade route to the north was blocked by the Wyvern, which you have already dealt with, and it has been weeks since that point. I believe that the people of Whitestead were preparing for some kind of annual harvest festival or something like that. The Oracle rolled that an important event was being prevented, and so the people were low on food and supplies and just literally could not help you. But now, weeks later, the fact that this alternate path has been cleared by the mysterious slaying of the Wyvern, the settlement is bustling again, full of life, and well stocked if you need to resupply.
Sounds like a good thing. We need some supplies.
Yes.
Coincidence.
Yes, isn't it?
Hey guys,
Are there
remember
any
us?
characters of note here other than just the town at large?
We talked to a mercenary and
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the other guy was.
I think the
just
other guy might have been a
or
farmer.
something.
And you on the northern side towards the Wyvern, there were some foresters a little ways out of town near a waterfall that you spent one night there before traveling the rest of the way.
And maybe on our way in, we see them out doing their duties, and we're like, "Oh, hey, look, it's us!"
Oh, you're back now.
As she slips that mask into her back pocket.
Glenn specifically, I think, was wanting to deceive the people of Whitestead to make sure that they did not think that you had anything to do with the Wyvern being slain. Is that right?
No, that was we made a deal with them to say that when we got rid of the Wyvern, we wouldn't tell the next town over that it was gone, so that they had control over the route.
I see.
This is the one that we tried to work with.
Gotcha.
Sneakily.
Yeah. Well, there is it's a bit of a delayed reward, but they wish now that you have returned, and in gratitude for all of the help that you provided by clearing the road, now they are happy to restock you fully and maxing out your supply.
Yay!
Huzzah.
Hi guys.
So you are able to restock all the items that you've spent. You've gathered together some extra resources. You've got your, any broken arrows you had. You've been able to replace. Your food stores are in great shape. Any medicines that you carry around, you have. All in all,
now we get to wine and dine on the town.
Exactly.
For a day.
And now you spend
Or two.
the remainder of the day at Whitestead, eating your fill, enjoying the just rewards of the work you did that several weeks ago.
Saving the community from starving to death.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Should we try to forge a bond with them now? Again? Are we able to do that again?
We didn't forge a bond before. We tried to sojourn.
Yeah.
Forging a
yes.
bond is different, but we should have the option to do that at this point, I would think.
Let's see. You did make sacrifices for their cause, or stand together to face hardships. So it's reasonable. Oh, did you actually? I'm trying to remember if you. Did you guys take on a vow to destroy the Wyvern? I don't think you
I
did.
think we did.
Did you?
We had to have.
Well, I don't know about that. Actually, let me check here. I've actually got. Where would that?
Yeah, no, we took a vow to fight the wyvern.
I was
That
gonna
was
say, I think
that was part of the spiel that Glaine laid down.
we vowed for the wyvern, but we did not vow for the mollusk.
Ah, I see. Let's see here. Let me check back here.
We had the outstanding vow for the mollusk, for or whatever the name of that town was. Greatfield.
Let's see. Yeah, that's the mysterious threat of Greatfield vow. I never got a. Oh wait, I must have missed it here. Mysterious threat. It would have been after the mysterious threat. Deepwood. Journey to the Deepwood. Maybe I just didn't log it. Well, if there was a vow that was successfully completed to defeat the wyvern, that gives you a bonus on forging a bond. Let's see here. Moves. Forge a bond. It's a heart maneuver, and after successfully fulfilling your vow, it allows you to re-roll any dice. That's a pretty good bonus, actually.
Ooh. Probably me.
Yep, that's your specialty.
Yeah,
So
so it'll
I'm rolling
be
a 3.
Iron Roll 3, and you can re-roll any 3, all 3, any combination if something goes wrong for whatever reason.
How could this go wrong?
Ooh, look at those dice. Those are some good dice. You didn't even need the +3. All right, that is a bond that you all share with Whitestead now.
I feel the love.
So as a result of this strong hit, you can take 1 spirit or 2 momentum.
I would like momentum.
That makes
Me too.
sense. Ooh, wait, hang on now. Here's some. Well, I guess you all are kind of. This is kind of not exactly how I think it would normally go, but we'll let you all share in the reward. So I'll max out momentum there. So this was a very nice, a nice bonus that you all get for this, for that wyvern defeating effectively. Success.
Serene is everywhere she wants to be.
Mm-hmm. I've been working on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like an American Express.
Yeah. Huh. All right. I think we can make it.
Your quiver.
We've got time to continue a little bit further on this journey here. Journey to Bastion. Are we ready for the next leg of the journey?
I think we've gotten everything we can from here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're all restocked on crossbow bolts and arrows, and Torgan makes sure his sword is sharp and ready. So undertake a journey is Wits, Iron Roll 3 from Serene. Oh no! A miss. Oh. Ooh.
They beg us to stay a little bit longer.
I don't think it's quite that. You're waylaid by a perilous event, you see.
They were preparing fireworks for the place, and it exploded. There was an explosion.
Yeah.
The town was attacked by a... This is where it was getting here. We ended up having to fight the Broken, right?
That may have actually happened on the way, yes.
Yeah, that was on the way to here from the place before.
From Great Field.
Yeah, so maybe the town is attacked. Or maybe it's one of the outlying farms is attacked and we go fix it. We get distracted, saving some farm people.
Yeah. Either way, I don't think you're still at. I think this is on wherever whatever it is that happens. It's on the road. You're already out of Whitestead. So let's see here. Perilous event. Oh, there's some other things that are between. There's some other important things that are between Greatfield and Whitestead that may be of note.
Isn't that where the
Yeah, it
the
is.
mole is?
That is in fact the forest where you fought the Molsk.
Or we may have left a raging forest fire at some point.
No, it was small. It petered out.
No, yeah, that was definitely taken care of.
Okay.
I think it goes without saying, but whenever the environment calls for it, I switch my cloak. If we're
Yes.
in an arid desert land, I'm brown. If we're in the woods, I'm green.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me just find the pay the price oracle here. Let's let the oracle decide. Where is it? Well, they don't have it on this generator. All right. I'll go to the actual rulebook. Fine. Page 105. All right. Pay the price. 56. Something that causes a delay or puts you at some disadvantage.
That makes sense.
Okay. So a minor thing. Let's see here. I think this is probably just going to be mechanically just momentum as a penalty, suffering momentum. So let's see. What is it that happens
It's just
here?
good thing I'm maxed out.
Yeah.
I like maybe one of the outlying farmsteads just had a problem and needed some help.
Oh, mourn enemy.
More in the
No!
Oh no.
No! No!
You know, we really should put a gravestone up for him. Out of
I
respect.
won't! Of no respect.
Okay. All right. Here's what goes down. You guys are traveling back through the Molsk Woods, the forest of the Molsk, which apparently have no other name now. It is the forest of the Molsk. And as fate would have it, you are taken back through the same path you took initially, and find the scorched area where you fought the Molsk, the very familiar circular ring of burnt ground is growing back. It has been at least a month since you have been here fighting the Molsk. Maybe a month and a half.
At this point it's getting close to 2 months at least.
Mm-hmm.
Take out my molsk eyeball and swing it around a little.
Well, the interesting thing about the battlefield here is the carcass of the Molsk is not here.
What? What?
Something ate it.
This great boulder-sized shell, this great nautilus is gone.
They have it up on display in town, I bet, as a statue.
I'm not happy.
Megamolsk. No.
Oh.
Someone go look and make sure there aren't any necromancer assets.
Oh man, I'd be mad. If that monster comes back to life, I'm gonna just lose it.
All right, now what? Carry on.
Nothing else really to do.
I've got a bad feeling about this. But there's nothing to do but keep going.
Onward and molesward.
All right, Iron Roll 3 on the journey. Gotta make some progress without dying. All right, weak hit.
We're not at immediate risk for dying. We're just gonna spend a supply to keep
always
going.
at immediate risk. One bad chain of rolls. The Oracle tells exactly how you die. It's just if luck rolls that way. All right, so you arrive at Greatfield. It has been some time, several weeks since you left here, and months since you initially left here. 'Cause you've actually been to Greatfield twice already, under different circumstances. But now you return to find the town doing well. Things are good in Greatfield. Zura is healing up well. His leg still bothering him after that fateful day, but he is back on his feet, working again for the town. Namba, the mayor and sort of guard captain, greets you as you re-enter the town, excited to have you passing through again. Greeting you as an old friend. You do share a bond with Greatfield and the people there.
Hey, we should go. Glenn, you should go see the stable boy.
This is that same town where Flint is?
Yes, this
Yep.
is the town where Flint lives.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go see what he's doing. I'm gonna show him my spider bite. Act like it came from somewhere
Yeah.
much more daring than the way I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I vote that Glenn starts calling Flint Chuck. Because he throws him, you see.
Ah.
You know, Torian, this is also the town where you got the mysterious message note thing.
And
Maybe now
also-
that-
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say maybe we could sniff around. Maybe they've had something else happen since then. They've been here, but we didn't really have time last time to talk about it.
There is one other thing going on. There are some traders in town from the Bastion. Just a caravan of travelers moving their goods through. They have just come from Woodbreak.
Oh, hey,
so
we
there-
remember that place.
There are many visitors here. The town is bustling with activity when you arrive.
It's not the same ones that we came with originally, is it?
No. But you were able to spend the day just the three of you each doing your own thing, going off and reconnecting with people that you have bonded with. Glenn goes off to visit with Flint.
Serene goes to the tavern and spots that handsy guy she had to punch. He doesn't come say hello. Kind of sulks a little bit.
Strangely enough.
Yeah, and Torgan, sharing time with Zura, ensuring that the sword is being well cared for.
Yes, I want to ask if he knows it talks.
Yeah, you can broach that subject with Zora. He knows has been passed through from generation to generation, and it is not. It is not something he is specifically aware of, but he knows of that sort of thing happening. He's heard
Maybe there's
rumors
a
and
legend.
tales.
Maybe there's a legend, like it talked to his grandpa once or something, but it never talked to him.
Right.
Jealous much, Zora?
But no, he's actually thrilled. He said, well, that is if that is not a sign that you should be the one to wield this, I don't know what is. I'm sure now more than ever that this sword belongs to you, friend.
Oh.
Heartwarming.
Yeah. It is a good visit with the people here. It's been a long time. And Serene, let's see, was there anyone else Serene would have met with? Serene was always interested in finding other scholars and.
I feel like there was somebody here I talked to, but I don't remember in detail.
I thought it was like
I
Zora's
might be
wife.
hanging out with Namba a little bit, actually. That would make some sense.
Yeah. Let's see here. And then, Torgan, did you have anyone else you wanted to check in on?
No, not that I remember. No.
All right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that needed to happen here, but I think we are good.
Do we want to chase down that thread with the note having been in this community? We may not be back here.
There was the mysterious case of the threatening message.
Deface shield.
I mean, we can just leave it live. But
I mean, you could do a gather
we're
information
going
check
to-
on that.
It's like if we're going to, this is our last chance for a long time.
That's true. Let's see. What do we got here? Gather information, ask questions, conduct an investigation, roll wits. If you act within a community or ask questions of a person with whom you share a bond, add +1.
So I'm over there chatting up Namba a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, you remember when we had that weird break-in situation and, somebody messed with Torgan's shield? Did y'all ever find anything more about that?
Let's see here. Let me roll a roll here. Oops. And let's see. You need to go ahead and roll wits.
Mm-hmm.
To see
in
if you
this
discover
case, will
something
it be a
helpful.
4?
Would it?
We're bonded to this community.
Oh yeah, that's why.
Okay. Iron roll 4. And somehow I still got a weak.
We
Okay.
can. Something that complicates your quest or introduces a new danger.
Actually, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, something complicating. Let's
Bunch of horse
see.
haters.
Well, it just means there was something in the vicinity that could sense that you had magical origin. And was like, quit it. No.
Bad.
Yeah, but specifically, I think the note was, I want to say directed at Torgan.
It was. Is it something about give up your quest? Something.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Yeah, something
exactly.
specifically trying to stop Torgan on his journey. Let's see here. Always a long shot, but not really.
Transform.
survival. Ooh.
A complication. All right. The next morning, so you've been kind of asking around. The next day, there's a bit of a commotion in town. There's been a murder.
Oh.
You find that one of those traveling with the trade caravan was murdered during the night.
Oh. This just got dark.
Shot through the head.
Oh.
With?
Crossbow.
Oh. Glane,
What?
you do this.
No.
It's
I
always
have to tell him
Glane.
what I want to do.
It's always Glane.
You can't just make things up and pin them on me.
You had the crossbow.
Secretly, he's been able to shadow walk this whole time.
I'm the only one with a crossbow.
Very unlikely. So, this is perplexing. So how is Namba handling the situation? What's he up to?
Torgan's in a bit, or not Torgan. Namba's in a bit of a tizzy about the whole situation. He has got his men investigating everyone, asking around, trying to get as much information about what exactly is going on. They haven't really inspected the guy's belongings that much, but not a lot of the other traders really knew this guy very well. He kind of joined in on their group at Bastion, so it wasn't like a dear friend of any of them.
I assumed they would carry some sort of information about their identity.
Not as much. A lot of the caravans, they're just a lot of traders traveling together. And one extra is not,
What did he sell?
Ooh, that's a good question. What did he sell? Let's see here. Oracles.
Magical items of any sort, or?
Let's see here.
Molsk poop.
He got what he deserved.
Oh man. Let's see.
My pet spider escaped into the woods. Have you seen it?
Nope. Nope.
No. There's not really any. Dang it, there's not like a super useful oracle for objects. All right, hang on. I'm just going to use the themes oracle until I find something that could be possessions. Yes, thank you. Possession.
Maybe he was like a leather worker or something? That seems plausible.
I was thinking a dealer in
Problem.
magical items or
He
sundry.
was a guard, similar to what you were in the first adventure. He was hired out as one of the guards. And
lovely.
yeah. Let's see here. You do overhear something of note from Zura. Zura is on the case. Namba has Zura working on this as well and checking the body. And Torgan and Zura being somewhat friends at this point, Zura asks for a little bit of Torgan's help on this. This is unusual here. See here, the bolt that killed him. It's made of silver.
That's particularly valuable substance to be making arrows with. That's it's mighty curious. Even where I'm from, we would never use something so valuable for something so simple as an arrow. She had to almost put her foot in her mouth. Caught herself on that.
Yeah.
Just like even elves don't do that. Even people where I come from don't do that.
Even we elves, the elves.
It's like even where I come from, we don't do that.
Now the wound on his head. This is peculiar. It looks like someone has drawn in blood on the man's face. At first, it's not super noticeable, but you see that the blood has actually been sort of drawn out, as though with a finger after the blow was struck, into a rough shape of a horse.
Bum, bum, bum.
Serene pulls out her notebook and just kind of starts making notes and kind of sketching a little bit. She's like, have y'all tried removing the arrow yet to see if there are any markings on it? Or the bolt?
The bolt itself does not appear to be specially marked. But you do kind of search around. Upon kind of moving the body a bit, there's something kind of wedged underneath him. A paper. A note.
Does it say?
All right. You check the note. The very first line sends a bit of a chill down Torgan's spine. Torgan. The more you dig, the more they die. That's all it says.
In common?
Yes. Not in horse, if that's what you're thinking.
Well-
Nay, 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 nay.
Bunch of hoof marks.
Serene just kind of stops, just kind of looks. It's like,
Almost forgot to give you your momentum for your gather information roll. It was still a hit.
yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So, I imagine Zora's a bit shell-shocked.
Yes, this is very unusual. And they're kind of like looking
This
at
person was from the
Torgan
caravan,
now.
or this person was a townsperson?
This person was with the caravan, hired out as a guard
Okay,
to
that's
accompany
right.
them.
Like every time we get to this town, we find ourselves in trouble.
Serene's studying her notes very intensely, and she had copied down the message from the previous note, and maybe she even kept it.
Perhaps so.
And she's folded up in her notebook, and she's trying to. Is the handwriting the same? Is it written by the same entity?
Let's see here. Okay, so you're gonna compare the handwriting from this new note, the one directed specifically to Torgan, with the one that Torgan had with his kind of scratched shield.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a match. Unmistakably.
Oh my goodness. But who would want to stop me from just finding this out? I can't particularly think of any enemies that I would have made.
Yeah, at this point, you don't know of anyone specifically against you, unless you count the Molsk.
Well, yeah.
The common
Is it
thread
Molsk?
so far is someone against your mission. Someone trying to keep you from uncovering the truth.
Torgan, does the handwriting look at all familiar to you? 'Cause it's a bit peculiar. As if maybe someone written by someone who's used to perhaps a more complex script. It seems very, very dramatic and kind of the loops are very large. It has flair to it. I wouldn't necessarily expect to see in traditional travelers.
Well, now that you mention it, I'm from a town that's mostly people that work with their hands. The ability to write and read isn't extremely common. But there are maybe some people from where I'm from that were able to write, and I can't imagine anyone out in the world that would be after me. Maybe it's somebody from my hometown.
Why would they have only followed us this far? And the first note was before we ever went to Mornbridge.
That's
Before
a good
you even
question.
reconnected with anyone there.
That's a good question. It was fairly common knowledge, I think, that we had established. It was fairly common knowledge that in my town that I was on this quest. They knew what I was doing. So maybe there's someone that took issue with me going out into the world and looking for this. I don't know.
What's your brother's handwriting look like?
I'm not 100% sure, as he was not extremely close to me. I didn't observe his handwriting much. It's certainly a possibility.
Maybe there are things that... Seems there's some things that perhaps there's those who believe would be best unknown. Perhaps we should refrain from asking further questions until we get to our next destination. And she kind of put some emphasis on the word, like, I mean, until we get to the next set of elves.
That's true. That's probably for the best. But this may warrant another trip back to my hometown at some point.
I think the magical wells issue is a bit more pressing than chasing this rabbit down the hole.
Yes, but people are dying because of me. At this point, I'm an enemy.
That's a bit harsh perspective to take, Torgan. Someone is a bad actor in this, but it's not you. You've just been targeted. But it will be best, perhaps, to keep things low. It can't be a coincidence that we arrived back at town and this happened immediately after, with no other instances or in between that I've heard of, at least. And she turns to Zora. There haven't been any other instances of odd notes or anything while we've been away, have there?
Not a one. Been quite peaceful.
She just keeps staring at her notes, perplexed.
How far are we from the town that his brother lives in? Because we didn't pass it coming through.
It's 2 weeks south of here, as I recall.
The south is we're going southeast, right? To the Shroud?
Yeah, we're not... to Bastion. She gives Glenn a look.
We're going to... We're not saying this in front of anybody else.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, ears everywhere.
It's me. It's three of us, and Zora and Namba, at least.
Yeah, but the specific idea is that Mornbridge is completely out of the way towards your path back towards Bastion.
Perhaps it would be clever to break our plans. Like, we're on this track to head to the Shroud. What if we take some kind of detour and, like, get off the beaten path where we're known to travel and try to just go straight to the Shroud?
Problem is we only hire a boat.
There's got to be a way to get there without going through known places that were recognized.
Perhaps.
We've gotten across water before.
How is this person tracking us, though, and why is it they only attempt to contact us here? What's special about here?
It's a good question.
I think we should pull a... I don't know the name of the town, but the town where we said we were going to go somewhere in the morning and then we leave at night. And instead of going to where...
That was this one.
Oh, that was here. Yeah,
that was here?
Well,
let's do it again.
It keeps happening.
Let's tell them that we're going to head to the Bastion in the morning and then leave in the night and detour around the Bastion.
These people are not going to trust us.
Well, we're telling Zora
this
and
town is
Namba,
already...
so they'll know that we're scheming. But, like, these two individuals, at least, we're fairly confident we can trust. And they know to keep their mouth shut.
I mean,
We can make that very clear. We'll make it very clear there to keep their mouth shut. We're going to tell everybody we're leaving at this time. We're actually going to leave before that, significantly. Just to make sure that no more ill befalls the community.
Or just for funsies, let's say we're leaving and not actually leave and hide out somewhere and see if anybody shows themselves.
Well, that's a good idea.
After one day, let's hide out at Zora's house and see if anybody comes around that we don't necessarily know or seen.
I like that plan.
We can spare one more night.
So you're gonna kind of like you're gonna do the exact opposite of the initial plan.
Yeah.
If everyone's okay with one more day of, saying that we're leaving in the morning, pretend to disappear again, as we're known to do.
Yeah. So last time it
And-
was you said I'll leave then, but you actually leave much earlier. In this case, you're going to say you're going to leave then, and you're going to leave much later.
Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Serene's not going to argue against another night with a real bed.
Mm-hmm.
I say we do this plan.
Yeah.
I'm on
so
board.
basically, keep it a secret, but make sure everybody knows.
Maybe not everybody.
It's like everybody thinks we left, except Zora, who knows better, because we're hiding in his attic, and Namba, because it just makes sense
okay.
to have him in on the plan.
Do you want it to be like public knowledge they are leaving at this intended time, or do you want it to be like everyone they think that they're gonna leave early?
I think it would be best to do one of the "all right, bye." Da, 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 da.
I'm going downstairs.
I'm going down. Look at me go. Da, 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 da. Clip clop, clip clop, clip clop, and then circle back around and hide.
Or just not leave, or whatever.
Right.
If your goal is to watch for someone who is intending to follow you, and you never actually leave, who are you going to be watching for?
Someone we don't recognize.
I mean, like, if, let's say someone is kind of like just chilling, like, I'm just hanging out in the morning, they're not going to leave until they see you leaving.
They're going to we're going to have Zora put out a false statement that we left early, and that we
Oh, what about? I don't know if I should. I don't know why I'm trying to help come up with plans. What about maybe, flexing some goodwill and seeing if Zora can convince one of the traders to leave early with you in their cart or something, and so you don't actually have to be seen leaving, but you're still seen leaving.
Oh, that makes sense. We're just gonna... Yeah, we totally left with them to replace their guard, and, it wasn't our shift, so we were asleep in the cart, because it was early in the morning.
It's reasonable.
And there's definitely some bags of hay under a blanket there that are generally person-shaped.
Yeah. Plausible.
It's also a good plan.
And then that will take you... now, there's wood... By the way, there is wood break in between here and Bastion as well.
Yeah.
So just a reminder on that.
I hear they have a snow farm now.
Word on the street. And, as many pumpkins as you could stuff your face with.
Not a KFC.
Yes. All right. So plan is...
If anybody doesn't know, that's also the name of their Minecraft community.
Yes. Yeah, good call out. The joke would not land.
We're doing a bit.
Yes. So... plan is get Namba to spread rumor that team is leaving with a certain trader cart, and also convince that trader cart to play along and leave.
Maybe we'll also arrange for some of the town guards to escort them halfway to Woodbreak or something, just to make sure shenanigans don't actually happen to this guy. So we don't want to make him sacrificial.
No, yeah, absolutely. Namba will put I'll put my best men on it, I will. He'll send Zora. He'll send Zora along with the cart, among some others, and they will make sure the cart makes it safely to Woodbreak and then return. So they'll be 2 to 4 days out, something like that, before making it back to Greatfield. And meanwhile, you guys are hiding at Zora's house.
Isn't Zora still gimped?
He can ride in the cart. He feels competent enough. And meanwhile, you guys will hide and kind of keep an eye out, making sure, is anybody following that cart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Serene's gonna make sure to prepare some pain salves or something to send with Zora just in case.
Mm-hmm.
Some emergency medical supplies.
Yeah. Good idea. All right, that's the plan.
Let's roll with it.
All right.
Let's do it.
The day becomes night, and very early in the morning, before the break of day, the cart rolls out towards Woodbreak. Zora and a few other guards traveling with it. The three of you, hiding out at Zora's house, making sure not to be seen, are trying to just kind of keep an eye on the paths in and out of the city, to see if anybody is heading out. Zora's home does have a decent view of the area, and Namba, kind of keen to this whole plot, is also keeping an eye out from the streets themselves, being sort of the guard captain of Greatfield. It's not unusual that he will be sort of wandering about, keeping an eye out on things.
Especially since there was a murder.
Exactly. So he'll know if anyone else is leaving Greatfield during this time.
It makes sense the guards would be on high alert and keen to keep an eye on things. It's a good time to pull this plan, really.
Yeah, serendipitous. All right. Anything you want to do while just kind of holing up for the day? Or is the idea just kind of wait and see if anything happens?
I believe at one point it was mentioned that there was that Zora had books.
I'm sure he does.
Old ones. Like family history of the area and stuff.
Sure. Of course.
Family records going back at least probably 2 or 3 generations, right?
Yeah.
This has been a powerful family in the area for some time. Sure, there's
They've got a sword.
Grandpa's diaries on the shelf or something.
Yeah, just some reading material, if nothing else. Keep you occupied.
Yeah. Serene's gonna do some studying and see if she can divulge anything useful.
Is Torgan gonna get up to anything in all of this? Actually, you know what? We'll hold off there. I will say nothing suspicious happens. You don't see anyone leaving. So that's gonna be it for tonight's adventure. Tomorrow you're gonna have to, or next week you're gonna have to decide, what do you do? What do you do now? And that's it.
Well, that was fun.
Very fun. We made a lot of progress there. Halfway to the Bastion.
Lots of studying still to do.
Like a homecoming tour.
Yeah, it really was.
It's our victory lap.
Yes. All right, well, next week.
Yeah. Next week, we'll continue trying to figure out what in the world's going on and see where to go from here. I'm sure no one will die.
I'm sure.
All right.
Or if they do, it'll be a nameless NPC.
Yes, yes. All right. Well, that is it for Ironsworn this week. Join us again next week for more shenanigans. Mario Maker coming up Wednesday. Super Mario World on Friday. Anyone else got anything they want to mention?
No.
All right.
Well, don't you need to plug GDB, Turtle?
Oh, that'll come. Yes, after vacation, we'll start working on that.
Okay.
Oh boy. Game's done badly. Year 2. How exciting. All right.
Stay tuned for more information.
That's right. Everyone have a wonderful evening. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Say goodbye,
Night.
everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Dang it.
All right. The end.